Communication is an indispensable need for all livings, and the ability of communication is very important for people. Especially communication established over long distances has very important place for the development of a human. Providing real-time and secure communication between long distances has also formed the basis of concept of the Internet. Dr. Winton Gray Cerf wanted his deaf wife Sigrid Cerf to be able to communicate with people without need of a voice. In this way, Sigrid would be able to read the text on the screen and communicate with people just by typing the keyboard. During his studies for this lovely focus, he worked to transfer data between the computers working independently from each other. Dr. Cerf's desire to do something for his wife made him accepted as the father of the Internet. The basis of development is the ability to act with a desire to reach a certain goal. If you act patiently and in a planned way towards your goal, sooner or later you will reach target. As you can see, needs from the basis of development and power of love is very important for the development of humanity. Of course, the result obtained is then used for different purposes, which is an important issue covering the protection of ethical values. The potential of data transfer between the computers has also taken the attention of Joseph Carl Robert Glider, and studies have been started for this purpose. As a result of the studies, it was understood that data can be transferred between the computers, which was located in different locations. Glider started to realize this idea at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, in 1962 under the project of Intergalactic Computer Network. The contribution of Lawrence Roberts and Thomas Merrill from MIT University was really important in realizing the idea. It's an important skill that people with different abilities can come together and work towards a certain goal. And this team also had this ability. Now you work on your computer, and I work on my computer. You and I have to solve problems together. Wouldn't it be nice if my computer was connected to your computer? This sentence shows us the idea, and we know that the idea needs collaboration. And yeah, this idea was really cool. As a result of the studies, the first data communication between the computers was started in 1965. This first data communication was very different from telephone and fax communications, which used was until then. But this data communication used the same low-speed dial-up phone lines with telephone connections. Signal transitions between electrical and mechanical were used for analog telephone and fax devices. But for computer communication, the digital data was processed by the computer, sent to a target address on telephone wires by using analog signals, processed again on the target computer, and converted to digital data again in a way that the target computer could understand. So, digital data was first converted into an analog signal on the source computer. Analog signals were transmitted over copper wires to the target address. Analog signals were converted back into digital data again on the target computer. As you see that, digital data from the computer has to be converted to an analog signal. A modem device has been developed to be used for this purpose. Modem is a hardware that allows a computer to send and receive information over telephone lines. When sending a data, modem modulates the digital data to an analog audio signal. This audio signal transmits over telephone line, analog signal is received, and the modem demodulates it back to a digital data again. Name of the modem also describes what it was done. The first two letters of the word modem, M and O, comes from the first two letters of the word modulation. Likewise, the last three letters of the word modem, D, E, and M, comes from the first three letters of the word demodulation. And you know where the word modem comes from. After the capacity of this new communication technology was recognized by the United States Department of Defense, Robert Glider was started working at Advanced Research Project Agency, which is called ARPA, in 1966. The main objective of the studies carried out within ARPA was Homeland Security. Main focus was configuring and implementing a two-way communication for voice, video and data transmission, which covers the world to ensure real-time interaction. United States military was interested in creating computer networks that could be continued to function after having partitions removed, such as in the case of a nuclear strike. As a result of the studies carried out within ARPA, the first wide-area computer network through computers to be installed in different parts of the country started. Similarly, universities were searching to develop a network that could be fault-tolerant over unreliable connections and could be used to share data and computing resources between users at different locations. Under the influence of these studies, first computer network financed by ARPA was named as ARPANET, Advanced Research Project Agency Network. The greatest strength of the first computer network was that it was developed during the Cold War. The United States Military of Defense has also made almost all kinds of contributions in order to use the potential of ARPANET as soon as possible. The first studies was started to establish the connection between two computers at the University of California and Stanford Research Institute. As you see on the screen, the log record, which was written regarding the first message sent on October 29 in 1969. With this log record, we know exactly what transactions were made that day. The first message was trying to send the word login. First transmission for sending this message was made at 9 o'clock in the evening, but the message transmission doesn't take place completely because the computer crashed after the letters L and O reached target. The second attempt to send a message is made at 10:30 p.m. and there was the first data transmission through the computer network. As a result of the studies, the first message was sent to the Stanford Research Center by Charles S. Klein at 10:30 p.m. on October 29 in 1969. Charles Klein was a student at the University of California, Los Angeles during these studies. After the first data was sent, the first permanent data transmission connection was established on November 21. An important milestone has been achieved as a result of the thought of one person and the harmonious work of a team. As you know that what sets the limit in what you do is only your mind and your willingness. In this way, you can eventually find a way to get what you want. For connecting universities and research centers in USA to ARPANET, the first wide area computer network with 4 connections started to operate on December 5 in 1969. As you can see on the screen, the places were the first 4 centers of the ARPANET. University of California, Los Angeles, University of California, Santa Barbara, Utah University, Stanford Research Institute. After communication was established between these 4 centers, problems were experienced during data transfer over the computers. As a result of these problems, it became clear that there was a need for rules for ensure the devices connected to computer network working correctly. The first set of computer network rules, called the Network Control Protocol, began to use in 1971. Today, with the hundreds of protocols, a wide variety of devices can be connected to the internet without any problems by using protocols. And of course today, special attention is paid to keeping the log records of the systems. For understanding system problems and the way of solutions for these problems can be found by working on these log records. Due to the huge amount of data which is generated by users who work and surf on the internet, analyzing log records and the security of this data needs a separate specialty today. With ARPANET, value of the computer network was understood. Its preparation process had been completed, protocols had been developed for the transfer of data, and the computer network had achieved harmony with its users. Originally intended to support military needs, ARPANET technology was soon applied to civilian use, allowing information to be rapidly and widely available. It was time to set up a new computer network with higher data transmission speed and data processing capacity than ARPANET. Meanwhile, different units dealing with the development of computer technologies wanted to use computers with faster processing capability, and telephone lines that constitute the data transfer infrastructure were started to renew. In 1986, an NSFNet computer network was established by using supercomputers in 6 centers with the recommendation of the National Science Foundation. These places where 6 connections were established that make up NSFNet: San Diego Supercomputer Center, National Center for Supercomputer Applications, Cornell National Supercomputer Facility, Pittsburgh Supercomputer Center, John von Neumann Center, National Center for Atmospheric Research. Then, an integration study was started to combine with 4 units of ARPANET and 6 units of NSFNet. National Science Foundation was withdrawn from system operation in 1995 as the effect of Cold War began to decrease. At that time, the system was begun to use in wider areas, and after that, this computer network has started to spread all over the world with the name of Internet. Internet, with the services such as email, file transfer, and World Wide Web, continues to grow as the underlying technologies evolve. The innovations inspired by the ARPANET and NSFNet has provided great benefits for the world. Today, this computer network covers the whole world with the name of Internet, and services of it is provided by using the name of World Wide Web.